Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has been out for a while now, and between zombies, blackout, and traditional multiplayer, we were able to scour the internet and see what fans and players are complaining about the most. These are a mix of petty minor grievances to big issues and everything in between. So here are 10 things Black Ops 4 players hate. Starting off with number 10, oh man, I've seen so many people get angry over Ajax and his goddamn shield. He seems to be getting a lot of hate out of all the specialists, and I kind of find it funny because he's the one I usually main. I think he's just like a 1-2 punch for annoying people. He has the 9-bang flash grenade, which can actually be pretty effective, but he also has that damn shield that I've seen people legit rage quit over. A lot of people have popped up online saying as of now he has no counter, but I guess technically he does once you unlock grenades. Plus, if you just try to work together to outmaneuver him, you're good. Still, I think there's a question with all the specialists in terms of some of the abilities they have. You know, are some specialists more OP than others? That's a whole nother conversation, that's a whole nother video. We're just talking about things people are complaining about. Because moving on to number 9, let's talk about campers in Blackout. Call of Duty players, welcome to the world of what has already been stressing out other Battle Royale players for over a year now. Look, I'm not gonna hate on people who choose to camp as a playstyle. Honestly, that might be your first instinct when playing a Battle Royale game, and it certainly makes sense in some situations. But come on, get out there and play with the big boys sometimes. Really, camping is fine, whatever, it's a free world, but what a lot of us really hate is just getting killed by campers, because nothing feels worse than rounding a corner in an unsuspecting building that seems harmless and abandoned, and then bam, game over. What happened? That really pisses us off. It's fair and square, but that kill always still hurts. Because speaking of painful, moving on to number 8, that damn dog. No man's dog is a pain in the ass, dude. There are a lot of good memes about the dog, and I think they're all warranted. We can have plenty of arguments about whether or not he's actually OP, or if he needs to be tweaked or nerfed, but I think the bottom line is that he can just annoy people because sometimes he's really hard to shoot. That's when he's not stuck in a wall, which does happen a lot, but aside from that, he can be lethal and just annoying. Same as the tigers and zombies on the higher difficulty levels. It seems like a lot of people are united in this. Faster moving animals that are lower to the ground and not as tall as humans, requiring you to aim differently and think differently, are just a point of frustration, so we wanted to point it out. Now at number 7, coming to something a little serious, one thing that really has some people up in arms is the fact that PS4 gets access to events first. For those of you that don't know, Sony has 7-day exclusivity on stuff, like a recent example being the timed Halloween event. This led to a lot of anger for fans in various forums. People are bummed that essentially one platform gets a head start on earning stuff over others. Treyarch obviously won't balk on this because it's deals in place and the deals are made, but it did go as far as to reach out and explain that every platform at least gets equal amount of time with the event. No one loses out on the actual amount of playtime, it's just a matter of who gets in first. But if you are a hardcore player that wants to be first and you don't have the right platform, it does kind of suck. Now at number 6, changing gears, this is a minor, petty complaint we've seen out there, but some people are really annoyed by that cocking sniper rifle sound when you get killed by one. When killed by a shotgun, there's also a distinctive sound. It's pretty divisive. Some people love these satisfying sounds because it really rubs it in when you know you get got, but most often people have just thrown around the word annoying. Do you love that sound? Do you hate that song? Look, it's a minor thing. We're digging for points here, but hey, we're being thorough. We want to talk about everything. And next at number 5, we have to acknowledge Hipfire, which is something that has always been a point of contention for Call of Duty fans, according to some folks playing Black Ops 4. In this game in particular, it just doesn't require any skill, and it's like a panic button for people that literally always pays off for them. Hipfire in literally any other shooter is a spray and pray that is not always going to work out for the player. But some people say in this that if you approach someone from mid to close range and if you don't hipfire, you're dumb and you're going to end up losing that fight. People argue that hipfire is too guaranteed and not random enough, but then again, some say it varies from weapon to weapon. What do you guys think? Some of you might be more experts out there. Do you think hipfire is too accurate? Not accurate enough? Do you ever bother with hipfire? We're looking forward to hearing what you think in the comments. But moving on to number 4, a common complaint that we've seen, something that people really seem to hate, but it's also pretty divisive, is the UAV and its counter. Some folks have just claimed that it doesn't last long enough and it's completely useless because of that. Now we're talking about things people complain, but personally, I don't know if I agree. I like that it gives you just enough time to get a glimpse of where enemies are, because honestly with Call of Duty and UAVs, as far as I've always been concerned, hitting that UAV is free points if nothing else. So whatever, man, don't rely on the machines. Spot the enemies yourself. But at number 3, folks hate glitches and bugs, and we've seen a lot of them in Black Ops 4. Now, many of these have and will get fixed over time with updates, but it's still annoying, especially when you're on a really good streak and you fall through the map. Like, what the fuck? Look, no game is perfect. Every game will have a hiccup here and there. It's inevitable. But competitive multiplayer should have it locked up tight, man, because nothing is worse than getting stuck on a wall or a gun disappearing, and that can make or break a KD ratio. And to some people, that's pretty important. Coming down to number 2, let's talk about how much people hate losing at the last second. This is one that you can pretty much replace with any other competitive multiplayer game, but holy shit, does it ring true here. It doesn't matter what game mode it is, but especially in something like TDM or Domination, when your team is doing just fine and you're ahead, and then suddenly, at the very end, one monster on the other team racks up a nasty score streak or something and pushes the opposing team ahead just in time to score the win. Nothing is worse than the comfort of knowing you're gonna win, just getting ripped away from you. But I mean, hey, it's happened to all of us at least once. Never get complacent, even at the end of a match. But still, we're just talking about points of pain, and losing at the last second sucks. Now at number 1, you probably know this one. One of the biggest things Black Ops 4 fans really seem to hate is the dreaded server ping. Now, for those of you that don't know, servers at the time of launch were downgraded to a 20 Hz tick rate instead of the expected 60 Hz, especially considering the Black Ops 4 beta had 60 Hz. To be short and kind of simple and crude, the server ping means how often information is sent between local game and server. This, especially in this instance with 20 Hz, results in noticeably less smooth gameplay experiences, leading to some players who are really used to timing shots a certain way completely missing. Just because the feel of the actual game, the Call of Duty gameplay that's usually butter smooth, feeling slightly off. Now, this was supposedly done to get Blackout to run smoother, but it ended up affecting all modes, and it really pissed people off. This was definitely one of the big focuses and one of the controversies, at least the week of launch. It is worth pointing out that the tick rate has mostly been improved for most countries, but still, that shit sucked. These are 10 things that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 players seem to hate. Like I said, we took from the internet. We're seeing what people are complaining about. There might be more complaints. There might be less complaints, if you're honest. Maybe you love the game front to back. We want to hear from you in the comments, though, what you think about the game, something that bothers you, and something that you love. If you enjoyed this, though, and you feel our pain, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. We appreciate it. But if you're new, you should consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell because we put out videos every single day. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.